Oklahoma, this is not okay. In 2021, a record number of anti-LGBTQ laws were introduced in state legislatures. It was 190 bills in 2021. And in 2022, that record was broken again with 340 bills introduced in state legislatures. And in 2023, it's looking like we're going to set another record. Anti-trans bills make up a huge number of these bills, and a lot of states are targeting gender-affirming care. And that's the worst one, because that's the one that helps people deal with the issues and understand what they are going through and living an authentic life for them. And in Oklahoma, what they're doing is especially egregious. State Senator David Bullard has introduced a bill that would put a ban on gender-affirming care to anyone under the age of 26. That's right, not 18 when you're an adult and you can make decisions for yourself, when you can legally vote, you can go off to die in a war for this country, but you can't decide what gender you are at 18, according to this new bill in Oklahoma. And it doesn't just target the individual, it targets physicians who would provide that care. Any physician that's found in violation of the law would face felony charges, and they could lose their medical license. And the bill allows for prosecution up to 40 years later if they want to come for that physician. So this is a dangerous precedent that they're trying to set in Oklahoma, and it's going to have a chilling effect on anyone who wants to provide that care for people in that state. Okay, so let's talk about this law, the Millstone Act of 2023. And you're probably wondering, what does a millstone have to do with gender-affirming care for an individual? Well, Senator David Bullard chose that name because of a biblical admonition in Matthew 18:6. And it says, "It would be better to have a millstone hung around your neck and drowned in the sea than to cause a child to sin." So, first of all, Senator Bullard, Oklahoma is a landlocked state, so save your biblical punishment for someplace else. Second, is it a sin to hurt a child? To torture a child? Because that's what withholding care is. And third, is it a sin for a child to lie to you, to deny who they are, and to deceive people with that lie? So, Senator Bullard, tell me more about causing a child to sin, because it seems like that's what you're doing. And last but not least, I want to talk about why Senator Bullard chose the age of 26 for the age limit on this. Senator Bullard said in his own bill that science says that the brain does not develop until you've reached your mid-20s, mid to late 20s, and so that's why he chose the age of 26. Using science to justify your biblically based law seems like BS to me. So here's the good news. Bills like this, they're losers. In 2022, when we saw all of these record numbers of bills being introduced across the country, in Oklahoma, there were 6 bills that were anti-LGBTQ bills that were introduced in the state legislature. And thanks to the good work of the people at Equality Oklahoma, they managed to target those bills, and 5 of them were rejected. I just want to go through those really quickly for you. They were able to block a bill that would protect conversion therapy as religious freedom. They also blocked a bill that said that there could only be male and female restrooms in public schools, and students had to use the restrooms that corresponded with their genitalia. There was also a similar bill that would apply that same rule to all public restrooms in the state of Oklahoma. There was also a ban on LGBTQ positive books in all school public libraries. And they also had a bill that year that was to ban gender-affirming care for anyone under the age of 18. And it failed, thanks to public response. The only bill that did manage to pass was a bill that put a ban on changing the sex designation on your birth certificate. And that one's really, really egregious, because if you left Oklahoma for obvious reasons, you can't change your birth certificate even though you live in another state now. So we've beaten these bills back, and they can keep trying to come for our Queerful community, but we and our allies are stronger, and we can beat them. We've proven that time and time again. So now what you need to do is find out what bills are targeting our community in your state. If you're in Oklahoma, you already know of one. Check in with Equality, whatever your state is, find out what is being targeted at our community, and make sure that you speak up, because this is not okay in Oklahoma or anywhere.